the game in overtime and sends the Ottawa Senators to the Stanley Cup Final for the first time in franchise history.
Welcome to SENS Talk. My name is Brendan and I'm your host. Before we get started, please follow us on Twitter at SENSTalk_ for live stream updates of all Senators games when the season is on, breaking news of the Ottawa Senators, and of course our video links, so please follow us on there at SENSTalk_. And of course, please check out our website, SENSTalkCenter.com. Now in this video we will discuss the Stanley Cup Finals, game number 6, which ended up seeing the Pittsburgh Penguins defeat the Nashville Predators 2-0 to win back-to-back Stanley Cups for the first time since the Detroit Red Wings. And listen, we lost, the Senators lost to the Stanley Cup champions, so that sucks, because really that could have been us. I think we would have had a very good chance to beat Nashville, but that's for another video to talk about. Right now we're going to talk about the finals and a couple of controversial things. So, the game-winning goal was scored by Patrick Hornqvist off the back of René and In at 1:35 of the third period. They challenged for goal interference, no dice, good goal. Hagelin iced it with 14 seconds to go, 2-0 Penguins, as they crowd Matt Murray, as the Predators can't score a goal in the last 2 games of the series, and they fall in 6 games in the Stanley Cup Finals to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, this game could have had a different outcome, and we could be talking about a Game 7 right now, because early on in the second period, a shot was stopped by Murray, a rebound, Colton Sissons, he put it into the net, but the whistle was blown before it went in. If you don't remember, as a Sens fan, Jean-Gabriel Pageau memories brought back up for me, and that is a reviewable play. Now, I'm not saying they would have overturned it, but a game against the Calgary Flames and the Buffalo Sabres, similar thing happened, and the goal was overturned to be a good goal. So if they can do that in a regular season game, I don't see why they can't even take a look. Like they didn't even take a look in the Stanley Cup Finals, game number 6, elimination game. Could be the last game of the year, which it ended up being. If I'm a Predators fan, I'm very livid about this, like the Predators were during it. But officials always make mistakes, and it's just a part of the game. Should they have reviewed it? Yes. But we're a day later, and there's nothing you can do about it now. The Penguins played a strong game. They played spectacular. Matt Murray played very well. Sidney Crosby is a top player ever. Evgeny Malkin should be in the top 100, in my opinion. This team is very good, but as we all know, we already know the news about the Penguins winning the Cup. This video is going to be more about where do both these teams go on from now. Let's start with Pittsburgh. They're always going to have Sidney Crosby, and they're always going to have Evgeny Malkin. So they're fine with that, and Matt Murray is going to be fine because they just, Fleury waived his no movement clause. He'll either be getting traded, or going to Las Vegas. But I don't know if this team can do it again. There's too many young players on very low contracts, very, very cheap contracts, that a lot of players and young and older players are going to be needing to be re-signed soon. Nick Bonino might not be coming back. Chris Kunitz might retire. Matt Cullen's retiring. Those are 3 important core players. Well, not core, but like those are 3 good, important depth players for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, they'll always have Hornqvist, Kessel, Crosby and Malkin, and Murray and Letang. Those are 6 great players. So the Penguins will compete for a while. But at a certain point, these contracts are going to pile up, and I don't see Pittsburgh winning the Cup in the next couple of years, unless it's a miracle and they can make some amazing trade, because right now, too many young contracts are coming up for them. With all these young contracts coming up, they're going to make some moves. If their GM makes the right moves, then I think it's Jim Rutherford, I think is his name, makes the right moves, then they can stay competitive. Certainly saying they can't be competitive 2 Stanley Cups in a row means they're going to be a good team for the future. But I have a little bit of concern with the contracts coming up. But with Nashville, this is where it gets iffy, because like you see these teams make these runs to the finals, like the Edmonton Oilers in 2006, and you're like, with Edmonton, it's a little bit different than Nashville. Nashville was the 16th seed in this year's Stanley Cup playoffs, and they could have been higher. The Western Conference is very tough to be in the division. In the playoff format, so it makes sense that they were there. They didn't do as well as they did in the playoffs in the regular season. But their defense is going to stay the same. And that's their anchor. You got Yossi, Subban, Yannick Weber, Matt Irwin, and then you got Matthias Ekholm and Ryan Ellis, who was injured and played like a beast. So this team, their defense is fine for a while. Eventually, in a few years, Roman Yossi's $4 million contract will be up, and he'll be wanting some money, that's for sure. But my problem is their forward core. Listen, I don't know if a guy like Frederick Gaudreau can keep it up like this. Kevin Fiala, I like Kevin Fiala, but the team right now can they do this again is the question. Because with Ottawa, it's a little bit different because the coaching is a little bit different, the structure is a little bit different, and I think they have a better offensive core than Nashville. The defense core for Nashville is probably the best in the league, but the offense, I think Ottawa has a better offensive core. That's why I think they can compete. But Nashville, the problem with them right now is one. How old is Let me check how old Pekka Rinne is. Pekka Rinne, he's 34. Okay, so like Craig Anderson, who's 37, beginning of next season, he'll be 37. Can Pekka Rinne keep it up? 34, 35 is when goalies tend to start slowing down usually. Pekka Rinne is a good goalie, so can he keep it up? Now, can the Nashville Predators offense start getting more goals? Because if it wasn't for Pekka Rinne in the first 3 rounds, they wouldn't have won. Against Chicago, Pekka Rinne stole it. Only they didn't even score in Chicago. Chicago Blackhawks didn't score in the home arena the whole playoffs. Obviously during the sweep. Anaheim was killed by them. St. Louis was killed by Pekka Rinne. The problem with Nashville is they relied on their goalie a lot. It kind of reminds me of the 2013 Ottawa Senators run in the season where, we relied on Anderson and our goaltending a lot, and it just came up short in the playoffs, obviously, because they got tired. And that's really been the Senators format until this year, where it was more defensive structure. My problem with the Predators, even if they have a good defense, their goalie, can he keep it up? And that's a big question. That's a big question for Nashville. Can Pekka Rinne keep it up at this pace? Because there's a reason they were a 16th seed, and that's why no one expects them to be anywhere. You got to see if Pekka Rinne can keep it up or not. That's a very, very important thing, and I guess we'll find out next year when there's 31 teams in the league. And speaking of the 31 teams, we have some SENS news. Dion Phaneuf was asked by the Senators management to waive his no-movement clause, and we'll find out that, I think the deadline just passed, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. We'll find that out. It's probably leaked. The NHL awards will have the expansion draft as well. June 21st is when we find out who was selected, and June 18th is we find out who was exposed. So before that happens, before June 18th, the June 21st, expect a video talking about who will be picked by the Senators, maybe a highlight video in between. We have a few more videos to go. We have a bunch of more videos to go before we're done for the season, so stay tuned for that. And thank you all for watching, and congratulations. It's bitter to say, but congratulations to the back-to-back defending Stanley Cup champions, the Pittsburgh Penguins, and congratulations to the Nashville Predators on a fantastic run. And sorry, Mike Fisher, maybe next year for you. Well, hopefully King Carl and the Senators will win it next year, but if we don't, I'll be rooting for you, Mike Fisher. So thank you all for watching. Please follow us on Twitter, @SensTalk_, for live chat updates of the games and, of course, breaking news. Please like us on Facebook, SensTalk, add us to circles on Google Plus at SensTalk. Click the big red button down there, subscribe to us. Like this video, share this video wherever you share cool stuff. And once again, please check out our Instagram sponsor, Sens.Central, and our website, SensTalkCentral.com, where we update it every single day. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate the support, and I will see you all soon. Go Sens, go. And one more thing I forgot to mention is we will have the odd live stream before July 1st. So make sure to put the notification bell on next to the subscription button, and you can get the updates of when we go live. So you can join our live streams, which I enjoy doing, to interact with you guys, the fans. So stay tuned for that, and thank you all for watching. Go Sens, go.